UKIP's Nigel Farage was lampooned by opposition politician, and he had no idea it was happening. Poor Nigel Farage. Labour member of the European Parliament, Seb Dance, raised a placard reading "He is lying to you," while former leader of the United Kingdom Independence Party, UKIP, Nigel Farage, was speaking at the European Parliament in Strasbourg, Wednesday. Farage commented on U.S. President Donald Trump's travel ban against 7 Muslim-majority countries. Another member of the UKIP party, Bill Etheridge, wrote a complaint to the European Parliament President Antonio Tajani, saying that Dance used a defamatory personal remark. Trump's ban affects citizens of Iraq, Syria, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen. Trump has maintained that the restriction should not be dubbed a Muslim ban, despite it only being brought into effect for these 7 countries, all of which have a majority Muslim population. The travel restrictions will be implemented for 90 days for all people hailing from these 7 countries, including legal permanent residents of the U.S. Additionally, there has been a 120-day ban on refugee admissions and an indefinite halting of Syrian refugee admissions. Poor Nigel Farage. The former leader and figurehead of the United Kingdom Independence Party, UKIP, achieves his lifelong dream of Britain leaving the European Union, and still he can't get any respect. There he was, in Brussels, the home of the EU, giving a barnstorming speech on how great Donald Trump was, and all the time he was being lampooned. And apparently without his knowledge. As Mr. Farage accused his fellow European MPs of faux outrage over their opposition to the U.S. president's ban of citizens of 7 predominantly Muslim countries from reaching the U.S., a British politician held up a cheeky sign behind the UKIP member's head. "He's lying to you," read the handwritten note, clearly pointing towards Brexit's best friend. Seb Dance, a Labour member of European Parliament representing London, was later approached by a member of staff apparently admonishing him for poking fun at Mr. Farage. It's fair to say, UKIP aren't happy about the whole situation. Britain's Telegraph reported that UKIP Euro MP Bill Etheridge had launched a formal complaint to the Parliament's president, writing, "During the debate today regarding the USA border controls, a member of the British Labour Party sat behind Nigel Farage MEP during his speech with a sign making a defamatory personal remark. The officials failed to remove him until the end of the speech, and when I raised the matter it was not treated with sufficient seriousness by the acting chair. I would like you to rule on this matter, please, sir." However, Mr. Dance was unrepentant about his unusual action and said the UKIP MP's views were too often aired without scrutiny. Mainstream politics must be more willing to challenge the nationalists and the populists. They pretend to stand up for people who are suffering, but their diet of hate, division, and suspicion create only misery and poverty. It's time to stop the nuanced language. They're liars, Mr. Dance said in a statement. Nigel Farage is regularly treated to free coverage, and UKIP often use these clips in isolation on social media. When debates are time-limited, it is impossible to challenge what he's saying, so I protested in the only way I knew how at that point, which was to grab a piece of paper, write a very simple message on it, and sit behind Nigel Farage.